From the Vault Transform, the next installment in the From the Vault series, is releasing November 24th later this year. Up to this point, we generally know what to expect out of a product like this. Some iconic, popular, meaningful cards with new artwork and a subpar foiling process, mixed with some not-so-great cards that also have new art, also with a subpar foiling process. From the Vault Transform is a little different though. In this video, we're going to try to figure out what the heck is even in this product. I do hope you enjoy it, and if you do, remember to hit that like button, helps out a lot. Quote, when they were introduced in Innistrad, transforming cards added a layer of intrigue and mystery to both the lore and the gameplay of Magic. Each card represents a different aspect of the power that comes with transformation, and each card has a story to tell. That's basically all we get as far as description goes. 15 transform cards, they're all going to be meaningful in some way. Here's why this product is different though. There are only around 100 transform cards in the history of Magic. We're not talking Kamigawa flip cards here. They specifically say from original Innistrad onwards. And from that point, there are only 100 double-faced transform cards, which means that if they're going to print 15 of them, that's over 10% of the entire available card base. Look at past From the Vault releases. They were much more vague. Dragons, relics, legends, realms. These products could contain a wide variety of cards, not this one. We're literally limited to the 100 or so transform cards, which does make the job of figuring out what's in the set a bit easier, but when you think about it, still confusing, because even in those 100 cards, how are we going to fill 15 slots? Let's find out. From the Vault releases are vanity products. They're designed for players who enjoy alternate art foil versions of their favorite cards. Players enjoy vanity products. If they didn't, Wizards would stop making them. But even with From the Vault, there has to be some type of value there. There's a reason Dragons and Exile and Legends were more popular than Annihilation. You need to draw players in with value, so that's where we'll start, value. The most expensive transform card ever printed is Jace Vryn's Prodigy. As far as I'm concerned, if Baby Jace isn't in this set, I have no idea why they would print it in the first place. Sitting at a steady $25 for 6 months or so, the Prodigy is an all-star in Vintage, finding its way into a myriad of strategies. Mixed with the low opening rate of Magic Origins, and you have a relatively expensive card. This is the most expensive card that can possibly be in this product, and it's $25. Oh boy, let's keep going. We'll keep talking about power because honestly, if powerful cards aren't included in this, it won't sell that well. Delver of Secrets seems like an auto-include. It's the most popular double-faced card to ever exist, really. Pauper, Vintage, Legacy, even Modern sometimes. Delver is the one true multi-format double-faced staple. And while the price isn't insane by any means, getting an alternate art foil version would make a lot of players happy. This is another card I think has to be in there. Now after we get through Delver and Jace, the water gets a little murky. We need to fill 15 spots, which means we will have to use cards that were just recently printed. Shadows of Innistrad, Eldritch Moon for sure. Let's say they're thinking about multi-format appeal while also finding ways to represent different kinds of transformations. Thing in the Ice and Westville Abbey seem fine for this product. Thing in the Ice is a spell-based transform that turns into a giant monster, and the Abbey summons a demon. Pretty iconic. And they both have a story to tell, whatever that means. Now, the only other double-faced cards that have an impact on constructed formats at all are Huntmaster of the Fells, makes sense, it's bounced around Modern quite a bit over the years, and Growing Rights of Itlimoc. I'm not joking. Believe it or not, the Growing Rights is more expensive than the vast majority of transform cards, and well, sure, it was just printed. It has a unique design, showcases that design well, and would bring more eyeballs to the product. Sound crazy to print a newly printed card in a From the Vault? Yeah, it does. But we're putting 10% of all transform cards into this thing. How picky can we be? Obviously, the Growing Rights is a stretch, but I think it highlights one of the issues here. It's $11 and already more expensive than most other transform cards. We're seriously lacking value. Of course, when that happens, printing alternate art foil versions of Commander staples, that helps a lot. Along with myself, many players love Commander staple reprints. As far as double-faced Commander staples go, we have 4 big ones. Bloodline Keeper, Liliana Heretical Healer, Nissa Vastwood Seer, and Ulrich of the Kralin Horde. Now the Keeper is infamous in all vampire decks known to humankind, so I think this is a shoo-in for that product. Liliana, I'd like to think she's in 2. A relatively popular commander herself, she's also pretty well known throughout the entire format, helping her to maintain a price tag above $5, which isn't easy for a transform card as we've already touched on. And with foil versions at $22 each, the player base could use another foil treatment. I wouldn't mind the same artwork either, to be honest. Now, Now, Nissa is a green staple in Commander. She's above $5 each right now, foils are $17, and it looks like her price isn't moving anywhere fast. Another legend from Magic Origins, she's the last one who sees any legitimate play in any format, to be honest. Chandra and Kithian are both relatively dormant. And finally, Ulrich. Ulrich is that member of the family we're forced to deal with but don't really like. He's the werewolf commander we didn't want, but because he's a werewolf legend, he's still played there. I could easily see justification to put him in, since werewolves are the linchpin reason transform cards exist, and he's the biggest of them all, as sad as that sounds. So we've covered powerful and well-known cards in constructed formats and Commander, which just leaves the last part of that quote. Each card represents a different aspect of the power that comes with transformation, and each card has a story to tell. This has to mean that they're going to include transform cards that made a significant lore impact, represented a pivotal moment in the story of Magic, designed of Magic, something. So we're going to try to figure out what the heck that means. We'll begin with the latest poster child for absurd transformation, Archangel Addison. Besides the fact that this was $1 billion, it represents an important moment in the story revolving around an important figure we've known for years. I'd be very surprised if Addison wasn't in this box set. If we're trying to be unique about it, Startled Awake is pretty unique. Starts as a sorcery, transforms into a nightmare creature. They want different aspects of power, right? This seems pretty different. How about Ludwig's test subject? In the first wave of transform cards, this one might be the most straightforward. You hatch an egg, get something monstrous. Seems iconic, or if not that, at least it has significance to a character in the story. I've got more. How about Mayor of Avabrook? Printed in original Innistrad, this is the human/werewolf tribal lord. Basically everything the entire block design was about in regards to werewolves and humans. Is a human by day, a werewolf by night, a lord to both. Truly a unique design. I think missing out on this would be sad. And finally, Elbrus the Binding Blade. Westville Abbey is reminiscent of this card, except this one utilizes the power of equipment transformation. It's something for the Commander players. The card is still around $3 each, so a reprint wouldn't be too unwelcome. It can fit into a lot of strategies, and it definitely represents a one-of-a-kind design. Seems like exactly what Wizards would want here. Finally, let's talk Planeswalkers. We have two double-faced walkers right now, Garruk Relentless and Arlinn Kord. Now, since Arlinn Kord was just reprinted and I get the weird feeling they don't want to put two walkers into the set, my money is on Garruk Relentless. Huge plot point in this card. We're feeling the effects of it still today. And while Garruk is only $4, this would be the different aspect of power that they're looking for. I think not reprinting at least one of these walkers would be silly pants. Personally, I'd like them both because from the Vault products our foil and foil walkers are great, but I know we can't have everything we want. Regardless, Garruk would be a solid reprint, especially with some new cool artwork. Not that I don't love the original art, I do, but it's a From the Vault thing. Might as well do over the walker. Ready for this? That's it. That's it for iconic and meaningful transform cards. If you don't include Arlinn Kord, Growing Rites of Itlimoc, Chandra, and Kithian, that's 15 cards. Any substitution made to this list of 15 cards would be downgrading the value of From the Vault Transform, and therein lies our next topic of discussion. What is the purpose of the product? From the Vault used to be something lucrative. For a $35 MSRP, you'd get a slew of cool cards, and the entire product would usually be anchored by something expensive, in need of a reprint, iconic, something. Now, this hasn't been true for every single release, but more often than not, that's what From the Vault does. Jace the Mind Sculptor in 20, Ether Vial and Relics, basically all of Realms, Dark Depths and Jite and Lore. This is how the product works. It's cool stuff surrounding much needed and valuable cards. Transform is different. It doesn't have the card pool a lot of these other products have. Again, 100 cards. So let's do what we all dread and talk about money. The most expensive transform card is Jace. We've been over that. If there's going to be any pull at all, it's going to be from him. Now, the problem is after Jace, there's only a single card above $10, and that just happened. It's Bloodline Keeper. Thanks to Commander 2017, this thing more than doubled in price, but that's likely temporary. It'll go down again. Liliana is $8 right now, not bad. Huntmaster and Nissa are both barely above $5 sometimes. Other than that, we're looking at a lot of $1 to $3 cards, which does, on the face of it, make this From the Vault release unique. We can be pretty confident that it's going to look somewhat like this with these 15 cards, which again brings up the question, who is this product for? And I think we have the answer. From the Vault used to be hoarded by collectors, bought up like mad from local game stores and stuck in a closet. I think we're done with that. I think From the Vault is now an actual vanity product for players who just really like whatever the theme is. You enjoy transform cards? Awesome. You can get a bunch of foil ones right here without a problem. I can't see this selling out like ones in the past. It'll be more similar to Annihilation than Relics and Realms, and you know what? I like that. I don't enjoy when From the Vault can't be bought for MSRP. I hate that. It drives me insane. But at least this way, if they print something similar to what we've talked about today, today, MSRP should remain steady. $35 seems like a fair price for a lot of this stuff. This is more the direction I want it to go in, more casual, better availability for true fans of the mechanic or theme being showcased. Leave the crazy reprints for master sets, or hopefully at some point standard sets. I think at this point we have a pretty solid take on From the Vault Transform, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about it, so please let me know what you think in the comments. Are there any cards you think will be included that I didn't mention? Remember, this is about Transform cards only, so please, got any guesses? Hit me. Also, is this something that you're gonna buy? Do you enjoy the Transform mechanic? So many questions. Let me know how you feel, and as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. We're already talking about this From the Vault Transform business, but Ixalan just came out. You can grab boxes of the new set for $90 each right now on TCG Player, shipped right to your door super duper fast. All you have to do for cheap and fair prices is click the link on the screen. Helps the channel. Hugs for everyone. Enjoy.
What?